Hey, we're both live about the same time. Look at that.
Nice. Hello, Facebook.
Hello, Instagram. Hello, Facebook.
Okay.
Where are we at today, Misty?
We are at the Salt Escape, which is in downtown Batavia. It's a salt cave. So we're going to introduce you to the owner, and then we're going to go inside.
I'm very excited. Are you excited?
I'm excited.
Also, there's a dog here.
Oh, yeah. Batman.
I'm trying to flip the camera. Hello.
You're so cute.
Premium dog content here.
Okay. This is Tim. He's the owner of the Salt Escape.
How are you guys tonight?
Awesome. Okay, you're going to explain this Cleopatra thing, right?
So Cleopatra's behind the desk here. All the research, when I started learning about salt and getting involved in it, I did a lot of research over a year, and Cleopatra just kept coming up. That she used to take her girlfriends into salt caves. They thought it made her beautiful. Back then, like your skin and your hair was very important. So yeah, it kind of like the research kept going back to Cleopatra. So when I had Joe come in and do some of the paintings around here, one of the very last ones when he was done is I'm like, I think I want a little Cleopatra behind my desk.
Just a little Cleopatra.
Yeah, and I came back after a concert up at Arcata Theater and I found 13-foot tall Cleopatra up here, but she's beautiful. I mean, he did such a nice job with the painting and stuff. And our Arlington Heights store, he did a different Cleopatra up there. It's about twice the size of this one. It's huge.
Okay, so then how many other locations do you have?
Just one other one. We opened last November up in Arlington Heights. It's probably the biggest salt cave in the United States that I know of. It's got 17 foot tall. This one was, I think, the biggest one I've ever seen at least. But the upstairs, the Arlington one. The Arlington one is it's pretty big though. We've had 30, 35, 40 people in it.
Oh my. Okay, so then how long have you been here in Batavia?
So we opened up in November of 2016, and so we're about 4.5 years into this right now.
And then you have personal history with Batavia.
I grew up here. Grew up on the other side of town.
Me too. West side.
I was over on the main street, and so I grew up here. I started out in the fire department in town here. I was a skate guard down at Funway for about 13 years. I used to guard down there, taught kids skating lessons and stuff. Was on the fire department here for 5 years, and then I went up to Aurora with the idea of going up there and spending a year up there and kind of learning a little bit more about firefighting, and then coming back here. But I went to about 100 fires the first summer I was up there.
Oh my.
I was like, I'm never coming back. Never leaving this place. So
yeah.
I ended up doing about 29 years up in Aurora. I left there as a captain, and I've been gone 10 years now though. So yeah. Retirement just wasn't there yet.
No.
This was just fun. I started going to one of these when I retired because I was told it would clear out my lungs.
Yeah.
From being a firefighter up there, it just, a lot of the guys I knew had health issues, and I felt pretty good still, but, I thought, well, it can't hurt to try it, and, it was just a nice 1 hour nap during the afternoon. It's kind of a fireman thing as it is anyway, so.
Right.
But I got hooked the very first time I went, and I started going every Thursday for over a year. Started branching out to other salt caves around the country, and just spent every day and night just researching salt. It was fascinating to me how something as simple as salt can heal so many things in people, and has for thousands of years.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the salt cave.
That's it. Are you ready?
We're ready. Let's do this.
Come on, Batman.
Come on, Batman.
Facebook, Instagram.
Oh, I'm so nervous.
Let's go.
So the door itself, actually the door's got some history.
Ooh.
The door is the floor joist out of the Hells Angels clubhouse in Chicago.
Huh.
It was blown up by the outlaws, allegedly. And we went in there and reclaimed some of the wood from the floor joist. A local artesian craftsman in town, Al Rundy, built the door itself. It's probably 350 pounds.
Wow.
We got a young guy from up in Wisconsin that was a blacksmith that hand built all the hardware. Every nail in the door is a handmade nail. And so the door had some history in itself too.
Oh my gosh, yes it does.
So one of the reasons I don't wear a mask that much in the salt room especially, salt's antibacterial, antifungal, antiviral. Nothing can survive in salt. Viruses have been shown to die in like 1 second in contact with salt. It breaks down the cell membrane and it destructs itself. So yeah, you can wear your mask in there. You don't have to if you don't want to. Most of the people, when they get to the door and they go in there, they take it off. You're trying to breathe in the salt particles that's in here. You're trying to get them in your sinuses. You want to get up in there and keep that, that sinus and that lung area healthy more now than ever. People should be concentrating on that. So.
Well, as long as the virus doesn't exist once we
I don't
enter
think
this
you can live in
room,
there.
then we'll take it off and start breathing in.
I know, I feel like that's, like I'm gonna get in trouble.
Okay.
So the room here itself is constructed out of pink Himalayan sea salt. The walls that you see are 2-inch thick Himalayan salt stones. It took months just for us to cut these stones here themselves and get everything in place, the mosaic patterns, and get everything to fit nice. The floor is a beach. This is thousands of pounds of food grade Himalayan salt. This is what you put in a grinder and grind up and eat, but we buy it by the truckload. So the trick to in here is if you can, is to bury yourself in the salt. Get it on your skin, get it on your feet.
Which I totally plan on doing.
Yeah. Private parties in here, when the people are in here, they're generally shorts, t-shirts, tank tops, and they bury themselves in the salt. They hold it up and sprinkle it on each other. The more you play in the salt, the more that you're going to break it up and get it airborne, and you're going to breathe in more of it. And then we can talk also about what this is going to do for your skin and your hair and stuff like that. But there's hundreds of benefits of being in a salt room.
Okay, I'm gonna take full advantage
Sure.
of all the benefits.
Let me take Facebook for you, and
Yeah.
you can bury yourself.
Okay.
Whoa, it's like live streamception here.
It is.
Okay, there goes Misty.
So yeah, the trick is just playing it, get it kicked up, get yourself all like snaked around in it a little bit and stuff, so your body kind of sinks into it.
Salt angels.
Salt angels are always a plus in here. One of the big things that you want to do is you want to get your neck, your thyroid, you want it to sit up on your thyroid, and it's going to help keep it healthy. It's going to help detox it. And then you're just covering yourself. You're covering your arms in it. You got your feet buried in it. We were talking earlier in the private parties. I learned that if you hold it up and sprinkle it, it feels like cold rain falling down on your skin.
Is that what it feels like?
Yes. I feel like I'm in a rainforest.
Yeah, it's a
really,
complete,
really healthy one.
it's a complete different feeling when you're in here laying down in the salt. It's just what it's going to do for your body and your skin. Just 1 hour in here is equal to being on a beach for 4 or 5 days, the amount of salt that your body's going to bring in. Also, like I said, we were talking skin conditions, eczema, dander, just acne, different things like that. Salt kills all that stuff. Nothing can grow on salt, so that's why you're okay to be in here and walk around like this. And this is kind of how they've done salt caves for 1,000 years. This came about in the 1800s. There was a Polish doctor that started doing research that he learned that all these miners around the world were dying, and the salt miners were living these healthy lives. They were never sick. They lived old, and so they started doing research in it. And the only thing they came up with is the salt environment itself is what kept these people healthy. And then in the early 1900s, another German doctor came in on his study and took it further and figured out the antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal properties of salt. Salt's been used as a preservative for our food forever, and it's one of the reasons. It helps keep our food clean and healthy too.
I can feel it.
Don't fall
So
asleep.
this is a living product. So you're gonna get the vibration of the salt will come through your body. Feels like you're getting a mini massage, and that's one of the things we sell massage stones, and we tell people not to microwave them. Salt's a living product. You want to keep it that way if you can. So, you know, it'll last forever like this. And it's just a neat feeling laying in it though. Very relaxing. If you can't relax in a salt cave, you literally can't relax.
Are you relaxed?
I'm so relaxed.
Good. I'm so glad.
Well, and so I struggle with psoriasis. So you said how many sessions I should do?
You know, 2 or 3. You'll notice it after the first time. It'll put a hurt on it right away. Bathing in Himalayan salt, another good thing to do. We sell a CBD balm that's got frankincense, cocoa, lavender. That's also another good thing to do as far as keeping that area kind of clean and that. But yeah, one of the girls that came to work for me because she had eczema, and she had tried this, and it basically got rid of it in about 2 or 3 visits, and then she ended up coming to work for me, and she's been here for about 4 years now. But it's skin and your lungs are the 2 big things. So your lungs, this is good for allergies, which we're into right now, pretty heavy.
Yeah.
This is good for asthma, bronchitis. Right now, people should be doing this to build up their immune system in their lungs and to keep their viruses down and to keep their system healthy. You know, if it's true that this virus sits in your sinuses for 4 days before it affects your body, salt's the way to kill that. You really can't, to me, I don't know, I just don't think it can live in this environment. And I don't know, I've got a lot of salt cave customers and none of them have been sick. And I don't know the answer to that. So
You might start a trend.
Well, we have a comment here on Facebook saying that someone loves the Salt Escape and that it's Batavia's hidden gem and it's very relaxing and healthy, and thank you for the tour.
Aww.
This started out the day we opened the door. It was scary. I was the only employee here, and the day we opened up the door, it was a flood of people coming in here, and there was 10 people coming in each session, 10 people leaving. We sell a lot of salt lamps, a lot of health and safety products for your body out there that are Himalayan salt related. This started out from day one as being
You are
busy.
working.
Yeah.
You're
Testing
working.
The product.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, the chairs are here, but you know, on a non-regular session,
Do most
It's-
people just lay on the floor?
people like the floor. You know, it's very comfortable, very peaceful.
Do you want to try it?
I'm scared.
Do it. Okay. Amy's
Oh,
gonna be brave.
she's getting me on the floor.
Whoops. Yes.
Sure. Should I lay the same way you were?
Sure. Make a
Yeah,
salt
I'm in your
angel.
butt root, too. We got the dog with
Batman, she's usually around somewhere. She's not too far away.
it. I
Is she?
wore long sleeves.
So yeah, cover yourself in it. Get it up on your neck. Get your feet up in it. Kind of start to feel that vibration of that salt come through you.
Oh, can you make it rain on her?
You taste it.
Oh yeah, you will. I hooked your thigh right in your neck. That's gonna help it also get up in there for you. And get some on your hair.
Oh boy,
It's gonna get soft.
that's fine. Complain about that. Oh wow, that's.
She's being rained on right now.
So you
Doesn't
know
it
you're
feel
doing
like it?
right if you can taste it.
Yeah,
You
no, I
can-
taste it. Coffee. And now I need popcorn.
So, what does it do for your hair?
Just, you know, the funny thing to me with salt when I first started like messing around with the industry a little bit is I thought salt was gonna dry me out.
Right?
I
That's
thought
what
it was gonna dry my skin, make my hair dry. Salt actually does the exact opposite, I found out. It hydrates your body. So it draws moisture into your area. Also the big thing is negative ions. So salt is a solid negative ion, and by that is, you know, Wi-Fi, electronics, your cell phone, those are all positive ions that your body is like saturated with. And what the salt is, the negative ion is going to stimulate your collagen. It's going to create an electrical charge on your skin. So the positive and the negative ions meet. That stimulates your collagen. That's going to give you a nice even glow. almost like you've been tanning kind of when you're done in here. And then everything just gets soft. So,
You do feel softer.
yeah, after you come out of here, when you go to put your shoes on, like everything just slides right on. It's, if you leave the salt on you all night, that's what you want to do.
Oh
You
my.
skin's your largest organ, so you want to absorb as much salt. Leave it in your hair overnight if you can.
How do I do that?
Do you ever sleep up
Well,
there? Do you
maybe
ever
once a week or so.
Spend the night?
I stay up here. Yeah, I
Here's
live
your
in Arlington
Instagram.
now, and so if
Oi.
I'm here late at night at work, and
I might take a few home.
yeah, a little bit of salt will probably go
So
with you.
great.
But yeah, when you sleep in here, the next day when you wake up, you feel like completely amazing though.
Oh my gosh.
And you lose track of time in here. You could be in here and you think you're in here for a couple hours, and it could be 4 hours later.
You guys have to try this.
I'm gonna take some home with me.
I
Very down.
know.
Yeah, you tend to take it home with you. Throw it in your bathtub, I tell people. Throw it in your bathtub and take a bath with it afterwards. And
So then if I wanted to put it on my hair and leave it on there overnight, how do I do that?
The coarse stuff, when you lay in it and you sprinkle it up on your hair, the coarse stuff is eventually going to fall off. The powder, the residue that's on the salt from breaking it down and walking through it is going to stay in your hair though. That's going to stay on your skin also.
So just don't take a
And,
shower when you get home.
Yeah,
Okay.
wait till morning, but salt improves your sleep patterns at night.
Oh my
More
gosh.
women comment on that than guys, because I think guys probably sleep fine anyway. But women usually comment about the next 2 or 3 nights, like they'll sleep really, really good at night. And I think where that comes from is, so when salt gets in your lungs, you've got debris that's in the bottom of your lungs that's blocked, and you lose blood flow in those areas, pollution, and the salt takes that and draws moisture from your lungs into that, and it thins it out, and you'll either kick it up or your lung will absorb it then, and then you'll start to get blood flow back into areas. You're going to have more energy during the day, and when you have more energy during the day, then you're going to sleep better at night. So I think that that's probably some of it right off the bat. It's just like I told you, it was, I literally went one time, and I'm like, I'll do this the rest of my life.
Hooked.
It's now more than ever, and I haven't really changed what I do or where I go or people I'm around or anything. And people used to say to me, they were like, well, are you worried about getting sick? And I don't know, I haven't been sick since I've opened the salt cave. I don't think I'm gonna get either, so I don't know. I'm like the litmus test. If the salt cave guy goes down, that's not good.
Problem.
That's not good.
So then there are places people can come down and lay down.
Well, so the chairs we'll start off with. The chairs are 0 gravity.
Oh, that's
they're
right.
designed to open up your
We're
spine.
gonna lay in them.
Oh,
Yeah, they're designed to open up your spine, your hips, and your shoulders.
Okay.
And that's a NASA-inspired
Hey,
position.
I'll show you.
So that's how the astronauts, when they come in, that's
In my pants.
where something coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, that's how the astronauts kind of come in, and that takes all the pressure off your spine, your hips, and your shoulders. So being in the chair for an hour itself, even if you're not in the salt room, in a 0 gravity chair is kind of a benefit to you.
This is fantastic. Okay. Wait.
So
I'm
slide
going
yourself
back.
back a little further. So your back straight up and down. There you go.
Why am I?
I know it's
Oh.
sweat in here.
Got it. Okay.
You sweat till you relax, and then actually you start to get chilly in
That
here.
was the chair.
That was the chair.
Oh,
There you go.
Here, you
we
can
go.
see Amy.
There we go. Here we go. Am I gonna go even back further?
It'll stop you when you're done.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so then can you explain again?
So what this is doing now is there's no pressure on your spine and your hips and shoulders. This allows nutrients back into the area so that you can get cushioning back in these joints. Salt's anti-inflammatory. It's going to reduce swelling in these joints too. So if you got something that's sore or achy, a knee, a hip, an elbow or something, your wrist, if you bury it in the salt and then go up in the chair to lay down, you'll notice the inflammation will start to draw out of that area. The other one we were talking about, there's an Amethyst Biomat up here on the deck. So that's a bed that's constructed out of amethyst stones. It's got high infrared waves that penetrate 8 inches into your body. the high infrared waves loosen up areas and it promotes blood flow where you're not getting it from normally.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's also an FDA approved device. It's one of the only devices that the FDA approved that actually contains crystals. It's very healing. It's a lot of people come here just for the amethyst bed to spend an hour on that. And especially in the winter time, it raises your internal body temperature 2 degrees. So on those really single digit cold days, amethyst bed's a hit. Paintings were done by Joseph, art by Joseph from the local community here. When I was looking around, and I originally was going to do a wall, just a wallpaper mural similar to this. And then I ran into Joseph, and after talking to him, I kind of really wanted something local, connected, that nobody else was going to have.
Yeah.
We used a lot of plant-based materials. We don't want any chemicals or VOCs in this room. The living wall was the last wall done in here. It was black for quite a while.
The living wall.
The living wall, we call it. And then a friend called me up one day and said he had just cut down this big ash tree, and something said to call me and ask me if I wanted it. And I kind of learned throughout this whole process that things were coming to me that I needed.
Mm-hmm.
And I started just not asking questions anymore. So I went down there and picked up the trees, and I took them to a sawmill, and he cut them and dried them for me, and we brought them back and just stuck them up on the wall with some plants and some candles, and I kind of like it.
Yeah.
There was already enough salt in the room, so I didn't need any more salt, so we just kind of wanted something to connect back to nature again, and this whole room is kind of, connecting you back to nature.
Oh yeah, I feel it. I mean, I can feel the salt in my lungs. I can feel it.
You'll, like I say,
It's still in
within
here.
minutes you'll open up.
Literally.
Your sinuses
Literally.
will open up, and
It's still in here.
yeah, it tends to stick.
Awesome. So then how many people can you have in here?
We used to do 10 or 12 people. With the whole COVID thing going around right now, we spaced everybody out. So the chairs aren't normally set up like this. They're set up, everybody's about 6 feet apart or so. And, we try to schedule just groups of people together that are normally with each other. So right now, 6 is about the max that we put in the room, unless it's a private party and they want to bring 8 or 10 friends or something, then we just move the chairs out. Private parties, really the chairs serve no purpose. Everybody's on the floor in a private party. Shorts, tank tops, t-shirts, on the floor and making salt angels. It's just a whole different experience. Bridal parties and ladies' night out and stuff. You're not, and nothing against, being in a bar or a restaurant, but this is time that you can focus on each other. We generally don't have cell phones in here, so people are talking to each other. We're not listening to all these different conversations going on around us. You can focus on the quality of time that's in here. The quality of time that's in here is kind of neat. It's different, and once people do this, they generally want to do this again. Yeah. And guys are the ones that are kicking and screaming usually. When they kind of get forced in here, they're like, I don't know, I'm here because I'm supposed to be, and I'm supposed to be nice about this, and then they're the ones that come out, and they come up to me, and they're just like, yeah, schedule us for next week, and I'm like, wait a minute,
That's awesome.
like you were kicking and screaming, and he's like, yeah, I know, schedule us for next week, we're coming back, and so it's a nice little twist to it.
It is. I'm gonna get back down in the salt since we're here.
That was a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
You want to get back down?
I'm getting back down in the salt.
Are you going to be the first person?
Well, you know what? I came once, and I thought because the chairs were here, you were supposed to sit in the chairs. I didn't know.
Go down in the salt?
I didn't know you could play in the
On a regular
salt.
session, you're generally not going to, because people are here to sleep and meditate.
Oh.
And you're going to do exactly what you're doing, is you're going to play in the salt, so on a regular session, people generally, they may lay in the salt and cover themselves at first and get it on themselves, and then they kind of shake off and go to their chairs. But yeah, in a regular session, if you sat down there doing this, you'd probably have people throwing salt at you after a few minutes.
Be quiet.
Quiet.
We always tell them just to throw the small stuff here. Leave the rocks in the corner alone. They hurt.
Right.
These rocks, don't throw these.
Yeah, don't throw those rocks. They hurt.
Unless it's a girls' night, and you can come in here.
Salt and wine is a pretty good combination usually.
Salt and wine.
Yeah, it's a pretty good combination. Patron I hear too. I've had people walk out of here and I'll tell them these walls are salt and I'll see them walking out licking their lips and I'm like, okay, what'd you do? And they're like, I licked your wall. And I'm like, there's no way. And they're like, yeah, I didn't believe you, so I licked your wall. Which is believable because how this whole thing started was I found a salt candle at Pinstripe's restaurant and we were discussing, I thought it was a Himalayan salt candle and by the end of lunch I picked it up and licked it myself because nobody believed it was salt and it was. So I get it, I guess, but yeah, it's very neat. There's a lot of salt in here though.
Yeah, I can feel it. What about the sweating thing? Because I'm sweating.
You know, so the only reason you're sweating is you're active in here right now. We keep this a couple degrees warmer, but normally we do that because normally when you lay in the chair and lay back and then you stop moving, your blood pressure and pulse are going to drop in here because you're going to relax and then you get chilly actually.
No.
So we keep it about 73, which might be a little warmer than normal, but we do that because after 10 minutes, you know, then it's not uncommon to come in here at the end of the session and find people covered in blankets and it's 73 in here. But it's a normal thing with salt that it kind of just, when you relax and chill out, even people that can't relax can relax in here. We do a 2-hour session tonight, 2-hour Tuesday. And
2-hour
that's where
Tuesday.
you pay for 1 hour, but you're in here for 2 hours. And people occasionally say that the 2-hour session, like they won't be able to do it, and they can't even believe how fast 2 hours goes. It's literally like you close your eyes and it's over.
So this is like anti-aging?
It's going to stimulate your collagen. It's going to hydrate you. It's going to stick to your face.
It's gonna stimulate my collagen.
I'm not going to stick my face in it, but you can.
I have some wrinkles right here that I would like to go away.
You can stick your face in it. Please. For the people, stick your face in it. Like you're pieing yourself.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Do it, it's good for you.
Okay.
Yes. For the views.
We'll put some on your hair too then.
Oh, can you breathe?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
I'm good.
All right, Misty is like what is an animal that digs his face in the sand, an ostrich?
I'm just taking it all in.
Don't eat it though.
I can taste it.
Well, I bet you can. Let me take a picture. Jeez, Misty with her face in the salt.
It's, you know,
Welcome
it's a completely
to
different
check-in.
experience for this town, and there's so many people in here that don't know that this place is here because they're so hidden off the path that it's, you know, I wish more people would take advantage of this and, you know, keep your lungs healthy, keep your sinuses healthy,
Yeah.
you know, work on your skin, work on your hair, work on your hormones, your thyroid. Himalayan salts, the one funny thing about it is that they really don't know how to explain it. If you have high blood pressure, this will lower it. If you have low blood pressure, this will raise it. You know, it tries to normalize your blood pressure. There's not a medication even that does that. You know, you have to buy one or the other depending on what you're trying to do. When you eat salt, white iodized table salt is a toxin. You shouldn't even own it, let alone eat it. Any of the sea salts, the Himalayan salts, you can really, you know, the Japanese eat 3 times the amount of salt that we do on their food, and they're way healthier than we are, but they're eating the right salt.
They're eating the other kind of salt.
You know, this has got 84 minerals and vitamins in it. White iodized table salt has 2 minerals. It's got sodium and chloride. It's baked at 1500 degrees to kill all the bacteria in it. Then they bleach it to make it white again. And then they add aluminum powder and different fillers to it so it flows. So they've basically created a toxin for your body. Your liver and kidneys try to get rid of it. It messes with your blood pressure. It cools in your extremities. Pink Himalayan salt won't do that. It's a very healing product.
Do you want to address our comment?
Oh. Oh,
Someone
okay,
is asking
so
why we're not wearing masks.
right, we're not wearing masks because once you come into the salt cave, the salt just gets rid of the virus. It can't survive in here.
Yeah, I mean, they've tested various viruses, not only COVID,
Right.
and it came in contact with salt, it broke down the cell membranes, and it self-destructed, it died.
Okay. The salt kills viruses.
So, like I say, worldwide, most people that are going to salt caves right now, they're there to breathe in the salt. They don't want to filter it out. Now, what I do with my mask, my little secret is, when I wash my mask at night, is I put it in a bag with Himalayan salt and I shake it up, and then I take it out and let it dry. That salt embeds in the mask then, and that for sure is going to kill viruses as it travels in your mask, and that to keep your mask clean. So
Oh my god.
they're making a surgical mask right now that's over in Britain that has Himalayan salt embedded in the mask itself, and that was their purpose behind it, is to anything that gets through the mask that it would filter it out. So it's a nice little tip to do with your mask. Just take some fine Himalayan salt, shake it up in there, and then shake your mask out and let it dry.
Did you hear that, Facebook? Instagram?
I think so.
Salt kills viruses. Which is why we're not wearing a mask. I could just stay in here.
You can wear a mask.
Yeah, you can. And we don't discourage it.
Comfort
And
level.
in
Right.
the store itself, when people come in the store, it's fine. We understand that, and we don't have any problems with it at all. It's it's a good idea and stuff. It's just I don't know. It might be my own personal belief with a lot of other people that really the viruses can't live in an environment like this, though. Germs, bacteria. The number one use for salt is keeping our food clean. Our food products, our makeup products contain salt.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons that they use it. And then we have the ocean waves in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Ocean waves that kind of relax your mind. Stress right now is big with people. A lot of people are freaked out. A lot of people are stressed. A lot of people have job issues and money issues, and salt really is just, it's hard to be stressed in here. It's hard to feel stressed in here because you're at the beach kind of, everything in here kind of just lines up.
I have one question on Instagram.
Yes.
My mother-in-law wants to know if we're having a good time. Are we having fun? Misty's digging her face into it,
Yes.
so she's having a great time.
Yes. You should come schedule an appointment here. We should have a Batavia, a library session in here.
The private groups are the best right now. You just come with people, your friends, your family, you have it to yourself. There's a lot of available time right now, and it's just a nice little way to kind of be able to get around each other, stay healthy, work on your own personal health and your own immune system. Like I said, if we didn't figure out now that you need to take care of your immune system and help yourself, you don't want to be behind on that one and trying to catch up. So
Yeah.
a lot of the products that we sell are related to health. Like I say, we sell cooking salts from around the world. We sell essential oils, Young Living and doTERRA both. I like both their oils. We sell oil from Misty over at Tea Tree, another hidden gem in town. Misty's got some of the greatest oils around here, and they're affordable. So we use a lot of oils. We clean with a lot of essential oils. We sell CBD products right now are probably half our sales every day. We've got pure CBD oil, we've got balms, we've got teas, tinctures. CBD right now is huge with pets and humans both. And I've been taking it myself for about 10 months now. I'll take CBD the rest of my life.
You were telling us about how they use salt for horses?
Yeah, so outside of this country, and it's starting to gain some popularity around here, outside of this country, England, Ireland, Australia, they build trailers and convert them into salt caves and put horses in them. It does the exact same thing to horses. Skin conditions. Horses aren't designed to be in a barn. They're not meant to be in a barn in the winter where we put them at. They breathe in aldehydes, a lot of dust, a lot of impurities, and they get a lot of skin conditions and lung conditions both. And they take horses and put them in a salt trailer for 15 minutes, and that's how they fix a lot of stuff. They don't use a lot of antibiotics, steroids, things like that for horses if they don't have to.
Wow.
And, a lot of people honestly, they take better care of their horses than themselves. So, when a horse starts to get sick, they don't think anything about bringing a trailer out and putting the horse in there for a while. And a lot of times the owner will stay in there with the horse because they want the benefit too. But it started out with when they were doing this, that the horses started winning races after being in the salt cave. And if you think about an animal that wins by a nose, if you clean up their lungs, you get more blood flow to their lungs, they've got more energy, and it doesn't take much of an edge to win. And that turned into, well, if your horse is going to a salt cave, mine is too. And you've got to be kind of competitive, and it's natural and holistic, so they couldn't really do anything to stop it. So it's starting to gain popularity around here, and I don't know, pets, they build them and they drive them around to these dog parks and put pets in them. It's anti-inflammatory for their body. Pets get allergies really bad, and it really does the same thing to them too.
That's awesome.
It's hard not to plan it, isn't it?
Running out of time.
I know.
It's hard.
This is so great. Now that I know you can come do this, I'm totally gonna come do this. Okay, and you said that you have, on Tuesdays, it's one...
So 2-hour Tuesday, so the 2, 4, and 6 o'clock session all go 2 hours through. The last session at the end of the night, a lot of times is couples. They're going out for dinner and drinks afterwards, and they come do an hour, they relax, unwind, and then when Gitano's was next door, oh my gosh, that was great. You would literally leave this place and then go into Gitano's, and you would smell every dish that walked by you because you detoxed your sinuses and cleared them out. And everything that went by you, and their food smelled pretty good as it was, but
Yeah.
you would smell everything that walked by you on a platter. And it was really neat. So the last session at the end of the night is kind of, couples and looking to go out. You got your own little salt mask.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
But like I say, nothing can grow in salt. It's nothing can grow on it. You just can't live on salt.
Can you see it? Okay, how are we doing on time?
We are past time.
Oh, okay. You guys have been awesome. I hope you learned a
wrap up
lot
here.
about salt caves. I hope you come down and experience this. If you do, post something on our page or comments. I know, yeah. Okay, so what are we doing next week? Oh, we're going to a pumpkin farm.
We are.
We're going to a pumpkin farm.
So be on the lookout for that. It's a special 1-hour Wednesday night edition of Community Check-In.
Oh my.
I know, it's very different. Don't be afraid.
I'm not afraid.
You better not be.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, we love you.
Bye.
Bye.